G'day and welcome back to episode 3 here in Nuclearies once again. There's a new update out and it's added a few pumps, few switches, which I'll go over before the ultimate goal of this episode, and that's how to bring on your new upgraded loop from the last episode while shutting down loop 3 in the process without losing any of your service compliance out to the grid, so you don't lose money, you don't have to shut down your core, all that good stuff, as all of our control rods are completely out of the core and we're only controlling everything with this boric acid concentration to get a hold of our fuel, the temperature and the reactivity and all that good stuff. So as always, yeah, that switch always starts in the off position, so I just flick that on. And before we start off, and I want to show you all the new updates with the new patch that just came out yesterday, that's added a new compensator switch here, which kind of just levels this out in terms of performance, I think. So I'll turn that on just for now to show you, and it kind of levels it out nice and easy. But I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult if I keep that off. And unless I need to, I'll keep that off and I'll tell you if I do turn it back on again. Continuing on with the new save, thank you for this new patch being compatible with the previous saves. So cheers to the solo update, to the solo dev on all that good stuff as always. So the new stuff, internal primary and the external primary pumps. What do they really do? I've done a little bit of testing off camera, but let's see what we're effectively deriving of. And let's get that sorted out very quickly and I'll show you in the new chemicals room. So let's get that to 80. It's going to drop the reactivity over time and it's going to drop this number as well. So let's go ahead and fight that. Let's bring that up to about 75 and let's go ahead and turn this pump on to about 5 and let's speed that time right up to 3 as we need to start earning some money to get those upgrades in on the power increase on the new turbines that's in the new loop. That'd be really, really nice to get that done. That's coming up nicely. Let's see if we can get that all balanced out. That's not bad. Let's see if we can bring it up by a little bit more. 77, that sounds good. So while that's all doing that, let's go and run upstairs to get some fuses and some things because we've got the RNG failures, the weather consequences are all in, and because we've got that new loop operational, we have a higher chance of something breaking. So let's get the electrode box, the welder, as well as the repairing pliers, so we can go ahead and fix any cables around the facility. Oh, I almost forgot something, as well as fix any pipes that our player can reach. I did forget, I've done a little bit of testing off camera with this new patch and what you can sort of do, but we'll leave all of that for the next episode. We'll dive into that very deeply. I need to get some of these fuses, which are funny enough spawning on the floor once again, but I'm sure they'll spawn back on the shelf in another update and a future patch. So let's run down there and I'll show you the new pumps that's been added, some titles, some new very good visuals on the tanks that are in the chemicals room. Actually, they look really, really good. So I'll just quickly go ahead and open that one up and show you the few things over here, because we'll follow the pipe, this one here, from where it ends right here in the internal reservoir. So this is where the RCV valve dumped all of that internal vessel water that we overfilled to leave room for more boric acid in that last episode. So if you're unfamiliar, make sure you go ahead and check the last 2 episodes out. They'll fill you in, as it's like a full tutorial kind of guide we're going through here. New valves on this new pipe that's been added in this recent patch. New labels, new tanks. Before I forget, we also have a nice purge valve that we could go ahead and empty this tank out in case it starts getting too full. That little highlighted button can go away, thank you very much. The ion exchange capacity with the sodium hydroxide that I tried in the last episode, I'll need to retest off camera because they've added this gauge. It's still just as loud, so I'll have to alter that in the editing. That's not too bad, but that may or may not work. I haven't done too much just yet. The only thing I've gotten to rise or change is this water reserve right here. And that's by turning this internal primary pump on. When this light turns green, it's actually working. You notice it's not green. We need to fix that first. So, what do you do to fix it? I went upstairs for a reason. So let's go to where those pumps are located. All the way down here. And are you ready, steady, and go. Here we go. Finally at the end. Let's just jump over the pipe here and let's see what the problems are here. Let's open both of them. It has no fuse. That would be an issue. Let's make sure we don't get electrocuted. Turn that off before either taking out or putting in a new fuse like this. So that's awesome. Let's close that one. Let's flick it back on. So the switches on the inside of our facility will actually work when we flick them on. Let's go down here slowly because fall damage is a real thing in this game. Jump on over and let's do the same thing with this one. Let's turn it off. You only get 1 life per save, so let's not waste it. Let's close that. Oh, nearly forgot Sharpie. Let's turn that on, then close it. So our pump upstairs and our switch will actually work when we flick it on. And you ready for another one? Ready, steady, go. Here we go. Finally at the end. Let's run back upstairs. That's such a long tunnel and many jokes to be had with it, but that's for another day and another time, and let's not get distracted. The new gauge is showing 5.83 on startup of a new save. Let's keep a note of that one. Let's come on over here and let's get this on filling up. So first of all, that silver pipe we just followed for ages, we need to go ahead and allow it to go into that water reserve nice and easy. So let's go ahead and get that pump on. It's now turning yellow, so it's priming up. And when it's green like that, it's now fully come on and up to 100% value on that specific pump. So now that should be raising very fast, nicely, just like that. That's excellent. So we'll just leave that going for just a little bit, but now you know how to at least fill your water reserve, and that follows through onto your external vessel just over here that you can just fill up with your valve just there, but that's for the next episode. Let's run back on upstairs. And let's see if we can get these loops switched over ASAP. But I might want to see if I can wait just a little bit longer because I don't think I'll be able to do too many upgrades just yet. I'm not even the main level yet. I need to be level 8, yeah, to actually be able to do this. So we should be able to get it very, very shortly. In the meantime, how are we going on the excess energy? 800, and it will be the next hour shortly. So let's go ahead and start turning it up and balancing it out just a little bit more. What I might do very quickly is go ahead and turn that on and then turn it off to stop filling that water tank in the background, just so we don't damage it. And we'll get AO to get another maintenance analysis. The background on this tablet looks so good and it's much easier on the eyes, as you can tell. The detail and all that sorts of stuff is absolutely fantastic as always. There we go. We got level 8, so at least we can start doing some upgrades like this. So we can get 1, 2. We can't get a third one in just yet until probably 10 o'clock at the latest, because you get about 15,000 royalty points just for meeting the service demand each hour. So I wouldn't worry about getting the resistance increase just yet for 820,000 for only 10%, 30 max, for the fact that it is just as easy to shut down one loop and bring on another loop in the future for maintenance purposes and all that sorts of stuff. Even if you get to the point where you've got 2 loops up and running while you've got 1 in shutdown in maintenance mode. So this is actually rather stable right there. That's good. How we go on the reactivity? That's coming up because our temperature is dropping slowly. Excellent. The internal vessel, yep, is nice and stable, as well as our inlet and outlet of water flow going around the reactor core, transferring it over to the generator. So that's what those 2 values are for, if you were interested. We're almost at 9 o'clock. That's really good. And I will see you very shortly, because it looks like we are rather stable just about here, apart from needing to get some more power out. Wow, as I look. Let's just crank it. Crank it. 100. 100. Yeah, let's just crank it. Let's go up to 90. That's going to raise the temperature here, but hopefully nowhere near 90 degrees, which would be my maximum. 100, then you've got danger things and boiling off, so don't let that happen. 10.08 at 355 degrees. Yeah, I'm actually rather happy with that. We are about 5,500 royalty points short of that next upgrade, but we've got a maintenance report right there. 30% on the core, 100% on the control rods, obviously, because we're not using them. 39, 39, 39. I guess that cooling circuit's now caught up with the rest of them. That's not bad, I guess. 1%, 1%, 100, 100, 100 across the board there. Hazard suits haven't used. The turbines are great. 99% on that. Yeah, we're actually going pretty good. No stuck valves. Heat is at 98%. Wear on the resistor bank is at 11%. I guess that is not too bad. 103 on those. Do I have that second resistor bank installed? No. Not just yet. So I can show you probably in the next episode how to get an extra resistor bank up and running, because we need that power transformer that we ordered at the end of last episode delivered ASAP, and always accept, otherwise you'll cancel the order and the money will be returned to you. Yeah, getting really close to when we need to. Probably 10 o'clock, as I said, would be the maximum on when we'd need to get this all operational to get this going. Temperature's good. Oh crap. Oh no, that's good. I thought I left the pump on for a second. Whew, heart attack moment for a second, Sharpie. Why do you do this to yourself? There we go. Finally, 10 o'clock, as I thought. We should have enough money to get this last upgrade on our generator turbine. Fantastic. Just like that, we got an extra 15% power on our new loops generator to output power to the grid even more effectively. Absolutely fantastic. And I think it's roughly about the time we need to go ahead and shut down our old loop 3 and finally bring in our new upgraded loop 2. Now, first of all, what you need to do is, or the first thing you need to know is, obviously this temperature is going to raise a lot faster than what it was when starting cold, because it's right next to loop 3's one, and the temperature will transfer over much easier. So let's go ahead and start preparing for it by opening the turbine bypass on the third old loop to at least 50%. And wait for that to happen. It shouldn't drop your overall power output, as it's kind of leveling out the pressure in those pipes to go through your turbine and through that turbine bypass at the same time. So let's prove myself by doing that. Let's just speed up the time by 2 so that happens just a little bit faster, as I don't want to continue unless that is there, so we can get an effect on lowering the power output with these a lot faster when they're set at 50, just like that. So next thing, you need to get loop 2 operational. Let's start bringing some temperature over on loop 2, and let's bring this up to about, I think about 75. I think should be a good starting number. And let's shut down the old loop 3, so no more temperature is being brought over from that loop. So we'll keep this pump on because it's still really hot. But this one here is now being hotter and hotter because we're transferring temperature over. So let's start fighting that, and let's bring this all the way up to, let's start it at about 80. So it comes up a lot faster than what it would be if you set it or order it to like 20 or something. So that should start fighting it rather quickly. Good, good, good. Excellent. That'll eventually start priming up. How's our temperature going? A little high, because we're swapping the loops over. So I'm going to fight that and nip that in the butt before that goes out of hand, and just double the capacity on it. That should start dropping down. Yep. Because as we're bringing loop 2 online, it's still priming up. Loop 3's pump is still priming down. So it may stuff with the reactivity and your control rods in your case, or in my case, the boric acid. So I'll just wait for that to hopefully stabilize itself out, while one's shutting down while the other one's priming up. How are we going over here? 14, 26, 38. That's at 60 already. So let's drop this down to about 65. 13, 49, 66, 84. That's okay. It's at least going closer to the green. That's nice. That's very good on the temperature. Pressure's fine. The reactivity bounced back up as I thought it should do. Maybe bouncing up a bit too much. I'll have to fight that in a second. Let's come on over here. How are we producing on this? So that's going okay. How much are we going on the service compliance? 98.4. Yes. Awesome. This is now overcapacitizing. Let's just turn that off. How are we on this? Not enough. We need more. We need more power. Let's get this up to 90. And then let's start fighting that at 90. 66, 63. Let's get this up to about 75 to start with. Might need to bring it up a little bit more than that. It's almost at what it's ordered. There we go. That should start. Yes, there we go. Fantastic. We are now on the second loop. The loop 3 is off here, and the loop 3 is also off here. So it is completely shut down. I'm just waiting for AO to come back with that maintenance report, which I may not have actually get him to do. There we go. He is now.
The analysis of the situation of the plant.
Temperature on the condensers just a little bit. So now we've cancelled that out. We can bring that down and let that temperature rise a bit more. Probably by not that much. Let's get that to 15. Good. Yep, good. Synchro and the speed on the generator are absolutely fine as they are. Reactivity on this is definitely a little high, so let's go ahead and fix that right now. 5 to begin with. No, I'll go 10 to begin with, just so we can start fighting that, because the secondary pump, the new one, isn't working as hard. Yeah. Yep. That should be okay. So we'll bring that reactivity down a bit. Yep, good. Let's go and zero that out. Activity jumped a little bit again. That's okay. Just keep going on that boric acid, just not so much this time. 10.27. Good. We're producing 2,500 watt, 2,500 kilowatts excess. So let's see if we can start burning some of that off. Might even be good to actually lower this by a little bit. So 90, go to 85. So we'll start lowering this just by a little bit. Yep, good. 77, 76, 75. I think should be much better. Yeah, good. Temperature and the level are all good because we've actually overfilled this. It's lowered our level in the condenser quite nicely. So I'm going to leave that as is and just dump some of this out. Probably right now might be the easiest time to do it. So we want loop 3, this one here. So let's open that. And then we can see from here where it's at. 935. Yep, good. That's dropping down. This is still on. I forgot. Let's see if we can filter some of that out just a little bit, because I forgot that was on. 916. That's okay. We're actually really good that that dropped like that. Let's just bring it up to like 9.6, 9.7 or something like that. I think would be much nicer. How are we going on the pump? Oh, way too much. Way too much. That was way out of hand. I did on that. That's all right. I know, or you know, how to fill this back up again, just by turning the pump back on and then topping this back off again. So I can do that easily off camera or at the start of the next episode as the first job. Yes, I know. There's low volume in that generator. That's fine because it's not being used in any way, shape or form. So that can go all the way to 0 for all it likes, as it's not even hot in any way, shape or form. So let's dump all of this down to 0 because it's not being used at all. That's fantastic. AO should be coming back with that report very shortly. 38, not too far away. Good. 1888, 1889. Good, we did drop our overall power, and that stabilized out rather nicely. How are we going on the reactivity? 9.5 and raising. Slowly. Good. We're going rather well. 360, 991 on the reactivity. We might want to bring that up just a little bit. So let's just do that. Oh, as our AO comes back, absolutely fantastic timing as always. Let's just turn that back off and that should level out nicely. Excellent. 10.0, what do we got? All of that stuff, we can see that much easier from here. So anything like this means it is on or operational at the moment. Our condenser, cooling circuit, loop 3, all that sorts of stuff. We can't pull cooling circuit. This one here, those 3, those. Oh, we don't need to do that chemical waste. Get rid of that one for the fact that, oh, I don't think I wanted to remove it. That's okay. We can get another maintenance report and that will come back, no probs. So these are the 3 things we definitely need to fix right now, as our core and our control rods are actually in operation at the moment-ish. And we can just get these 3 things done in the background. We have more than enough money and we can just go ahead and command that right now. Good. AO is going to go ahead and get that all fixed in the background. It'll be about an hour and a half in-game time. And that'll all come back with another maintenance report that it's all fixed. But in the meantime, it should be all operational. You should know how to swap over those loops, or depending in the next episode, maybe episode 5, I'll get 1 or 2 loops down while getting another one operational, or getting our 3rd loop in. But wait till next time in episode 4, where I'll actually do a bit of learning off camera with that new patch that came out yesterday. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz, and stay sharp till next time. See ya!